Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Completely Normal Gaming. John Fraser here. And this week, or today, this is our second video for the week. Our video today is about Soulmask again. I want to find out what's up with this world. So, I don't know, my current theory with Soulmask is that it was a meteor, but I figure global warming has got to play a role. Like, okay, well that was incredibly silly of me. I forgot to get my followers to follow me. Okay, there's an ancient ruins there. We're gonna respawn. And then we're gonna go back to where we were before. And this time get our team with us. Was mauled by a crocodile or an alligator. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gators. I don't have time for you, boar. Oh, okay. He saw that I had the sword and decided to make a responsible choice. Those boars like, I'll charge someone who's unharmed, but fuck off sword this guy has? No way. Which I don't blame him. But no, this world, it's clearly some kind of post-apocalyptic world, but we don't know what the apocalypse was. Obviously, technological hubris plays a role, but it sounded like a sudden disaster and not a gradual decline as things got worse. Could be like extreme weather events caused by climate change, but again, our holy scriptures are saying that this is something that happened basically overnight. There was a meteor or something. That's my theory. We got some slowdown there. See, it's much easier if you've got backup. Alright. So, across the river now. Now we got that sword fight a piranha. Also, there might be like a biotech component to it. Right? Like the boss monster was some sort of construct that was made out of light. Pepe, our AI assistant, who has a very poor oh no, they're getting stuck in these rocks. trying to save that for copper. No, for... Oh wait, no, yeah. So to get each mineral, you've got to use the pick of the previous tier. So you need copper to... Or you need the bone pick to get the copper. But we're not going near any. Or no, maybe we are. We'll walk right by this copper deposit. But we're gonna go to the dungeon beyond that. So we gotta save space in our inventory. We don't want to have to give up a bunch of good loot just because I have huge stacks of copper. Besides, our goal, even beyond doing the dungeon, is to get that teleporter activated so that we've got a bit of an easier access to that part of the map. Right, like, we can't always be charging all the way across every time we need to go somewhere. All of our little trips take forever. Oh, a giant alligator. Let's fight this giant alligator in the water. That's the best place to go after an alligator. Well, can't let this fish go to waste. Although my economy is not strong enough to merit how careful I am with resources. Like, I don't use enough meat to be so solicitous of fish meat. Like, why do I care if some's going to waste? It's just gonna go in a box. But theoretically, I could use it. And so I want to have the option. Oh, here's that waterfall that we missed when I lost the previous recording. We're at the top of it right now. Let's see. I want to see what it looks like from the top. Ah yes, I'm king of the world, etc. Okay, so we need to find a way down. The way down will be useful. Oh, the gator is going after a capybara. Yeah, I'd buy that. That seems reasonable to me. Like, the behavior of these animals isn't always realistic, but I think a gator would eat a capybara. I don't know if their habitats overlap in real life. Like, I don't think capybaras would be so comfortable around the edges of water if they had to worry about alligators leaping out at them. Oh no, I'm gonna look it up again. Alright, I'm gonna be right back. Okay, so I am back, and it looks like alligators do eat capybaras. Although, technically, it's the caiman that eats the capybara because that's the particular species of crocodilian that lives in the caiman habitat, or the capybara habitat. So technically, I guess, the gators don't eat them because they're called something else. But if they overlapped, I imagine that a gator would find one quite tasty. Oh man. Yeah. So you gotta press E on these scouts before they die. That's alright though, we're in a scouted area. I'm just curious if getting a scout here would lead to more information about the area. I don't think so, but it's hard to be sure. Oh, I need 2 linen to restore my gloves. Where will I get linen? Oh, I'm saying that sarcastically, but if you're watching this for gameplay tips, I could give you one. You can basically get linen anywhere. You just have to hit some of these plants with your scythe to gather some fiber, and then you make the linen in your items tab. There we go. And then my beast hide gloves can be repaired. You can also make thick rope from vines. Calite is a little harder to find. It's in ordinary rocks, but you gotta break, but not in every ordinary rock. So you gotta keep breaking them until you find some. Nice gentle path down. Just what I like to see. I like the cool looking land bridge there. If this were Earth, we'd be able to identify our location based on that, because that's the sort of thing tourists come to see. It's like, let's go to Central America, see that big ass land bridge. But this is a fantastic version of Earth, I think. Or perhaps an alien planet. Oh, it's a story of technological hubris and aliens. I mean, they've got portal technology, so the portal could lead to anywhere. Like, there's absolutely no reason why all of the portals have to be on Earth. Or maybe there is. Like, just because portals exist doesn't mean they have infinite range. Could be one of those situations where you have to physically place a portal, and so you're still basically limited to your own light cone, because the farthest away you can get is however far you can travel under conventional power. And so, but then once the portals are in place, well, that allows rapid transit between them. Hell, we don't even know whether transit through the portals is faster than light. It could be limited to light speed. On Earth, no one would ever know that it wasn't instantaneous. Well, I mean, there's ways to test. You'd send a signal to a satellite and time how long it took. Right. Like some device that pings something that you could triangulate. Oh, I'm trying to figure it out. So, like, ultimately, the problem in determining whether a light speed portal was faster than light, or whether a portal is faster than light or not, is that any method of communication you have between both ends of the portal is limited by light speed. So you would need some way to measure time. Like, if you sent a clock through, you could start the clock when it went in and end the clock and stop the clock when it got out. Although if the portal is light speed, that doesn't mean like that subjective time would pass, right? Like from the clock's perspective, it could be instantaneous. Oh, okay, that was wild fruit. I wanted to see if those red plants had special items. There is a dungeon here, but we don't know the dungeon entrance. I'll have to look around for it. I think it's over here. That's my read of the terrain. Yep. So basically, if you're sending it through, you can't rely on the clock that you're sending. Light speed travel is difficult with relativity because it shouldn't be possible. And if it's not possible, then Oh, that's copper too. We'll have to get some of this copper on the way out. A plunderer. Oh yeah, my weapons are a little weak for this area, I can tell. But they've got bronze. They've also got the corrosion. We might be able to loot the next tier of weapons instead of building them. We got a lot of enemies to get through, so who's to say? Alright. This maze-like structure. There's no chests, it's all just bronze, or copper as the loot. I almost feel bad for these guys. Almost. And he hit me with a greatsword. It was like, excuse me? Only I'm permitted to do that. Oh, nobody's dropping weapons. What we ought to do is, oh no. My inventory's filled up. I was worried that this would happen. Also, why are you so hungry? I have to give this guy some food. Maybe I should go back. Actually, I'm becoming more and more convinced that I should. I've got too much useful stuff to just abandon it. Where's those roasted potatoes? Okay, she's alright. So actually that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna teleport back. Take this copper with me on the way out. You know, I've had my assistant doing it for me for so long that I forgot how much fun it is to break rocks. I delegated the thing that I love most. The life of a leader, the sacrifices you make for your people. No, in real life, I would not consider loss of the rock breaking job to be a sacrifice whatsoever. That's hard work. That's why it's proverbially a prison punishment. It's like no one wants to do this in real life. Okay. Get down to the portal. But yeah, so I keep getting distracted trying to think. Yeah, time dilation means that if you're traveling the speed of light as like a signal or something, there's no way to know how much time has passed. You can't trust a clock that you carry with you. Like light speed travel for things with mass is impossible. So it could be very close to light speed mass, but since you don't, or light speed, but not quite light speed, and since you don't know how fast you're going, you can't tell how much time has actually passed. And if you can't tell how much time has passed, carrying a clock with you is useless. See, in relativity, basically, as you accelerate towards the speed of light, time slows. And there's a lot about relativity I don't understand. Like, you got time slowing. Does that mean that your subjective speed keeps increasing forever? Right, like, because we talk about the light speed limit, where nobody's getting to Alpha Centauri faster than 4 years, because Alpha Centauri is 4 light years away. But if you went very fast at a relativistic speed, oh yeah, see, that's a melanated jaguar. What would happen is time would slow for you. So that your perception of how much time had passed on that trip would be, oh, I just disintegrated my tier 4 instead of repairing it. Oops. That's okay. I didn't really need it. Discard. What can I afford to lose? I got too many items that are too valuable. I don't need clay or stone. Those can come anywhere. Carrion. Okay. That should get me enough. Space in my inventory to get the special materials from that elite monster. But yeah, so theoretically it's possible to get close enough to the speed of light that time slows to any sort of arbitrary speed. You know, takes 4 years to get from here to Alpha Centauri, but if you're traveling at a significant fraction of the speed of light, 1 minute passes for you. And so we talk about the light speed as like this universal speed limit, but it's only universal from certain frames of reference, and it's all very confusing. I don't understand what's what. Oh, new light, blue and red light as far as the eye can see. Death. Oh. Okay. Man, I'm just using up my mask energy left and right. Alright, we need to get down. This beast lair is aggravating me. Gotta find a slope, not fall into a hole. How did I get up here? I think I teleported. Oh, I gotta go all the way around this. Yeah. So, like, it feels to me like you could get the sensation of accelerating forever and reaching arbitrary speeds, and then the people you left behind would be like, time has slowed for you, and you'd say, no, time is sped up for you. Except that no, it's like the twin paradox, where since there's no universal frame of reference, you can't really say that time slowed at all. And so if you're on the ship looking back, you perceive the people you left behind as slowing in time and time passing normally for you. Oh, I just went to an arbitrary location for no reason. Okay, what I want to do is I want to head south. I guess it's not no reason. I went around a mountain. But yeah, like, so you can never get to the speed of light because the acceleration requires successively larger amounts of energy as you increase your speed. And so only something massless can get to the speed of light. Although a better way to put it is that a massless thing accelerated by a finite force will hit the universal speed limit just because that's the fastest thing that it's possible to imagine. nothing holding it back or slowing it down. And so when we talk about travel through portals, I think it's very unlikely to be instantaneous. There's likely a propagation of some signal or force through space that would lead to the transportation happening. The question is, what is that force? Like, how could it eliminate your mass? And obviously it couldn't. And so you should be traveling slower than the speed of light. But how much slower? That's the question. Then there are wormholes, but I don't know what a wormhole is. Like, my understanding is that wormholes violate causality. And so, like, there's not scientific proof that causality is necessary, because how could there be? But we operate on, science operates on the assumption that causality is real. And if you're operating on the assumption that causality is real, then wormholes mess with causality. And I guess the issue is, again, this is something that was explained to me several times, and I never quite got it, but if you've got two different frames of reference accelerating at different speeds, then time passes at different rates for each frame of reference, and the result is that if you could instantaneously transport yourself between frames of reference, you could arrive before you left. And I'm not sure how that works exactly. But if you could arrive before you left, then causality is really taking it on the chin there. And since the circumstances in which a wormhole would emerge are so exotic and unlikely, there's no way to test that they actually exist, at least not practically, given the tools available to us on the planet Earth. Right, like, we have to entertain the idea that we're living in a much stranger universe than we anticipated. But we don't have to take it for granted that that's the case. So it's like maybe a wormhole isn't even possible, and the only way to find out is to do things at extremely high energies that, you know, nobody's gonna have that much energy. Like, why would they? Let's use this collapsing star to see whether causality exists. Of course, the way scientists get around that is looking for natural experiments. You know, gravitational lensing. That helped establish the credibility of relativity as a scientific theory. It's like light doesn't necessarily travel in a straight line. It bends because it's affected by gravity. And if it's affected by gravity, you should be able to detect that bending. And you can, but you need a lot of gravity. So they wait for stars to pass in front of other stars, subjectively from our perspective. Like, and they look and they see what's happening to the light there. Okay, I gotta start carrying meat. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to let it get this bad. Have some roast corn. Okay, everybody else feeling good? No. We're almost home. Less than a kilometer. This is through safe territory. Oops. I accidentally equipped my butcher knife. And I could unload a lot of my junk to my NPCs. I don't want to do that because then I'll forget who has what. Let's see. So what am I talking about? Okay, the intrinsic problems of simultaneity in measuring whether or not transit through a portal is instantaneous or limited by the speed of light. What you would need is a third point that could monitor both. When the package leaves through the portal, point A sends a message to point C. When it arrives, point B sends a message to point C, and you would compare the delay in those messages because they wouldn't be the same. You have to get far enough away that the light speed delay would be greater than the precision of your instruments. So point C would have to be in orbit at the very least. And that causes some problems because like, what's the reaction time of your sensors? What's the delay between when your sensors are triggered and when you're oh, I killed that tapir for no reason. Sorry, tapir. Yeah. So you'd want to make both your portals far enough apart that any sort of instrument action would be lost in the noise. I suppose that if you did one portal on Earth and one on the moon, and then your point C in some kind of equidistant region, that would work. And it's only a few seconds, but you gotta figure the reaction time of your sensors and everything would be measured in microseconds, or at least milliseconds. So ooh, I had a lot of animal products cluttering up my inventory. Okay, I don't want to necessarily get rid of my dishes. Oh, I've got these things. We'll place those. We need them. I do feel like I should carry these crystals around. I might not need these. I probably don't need all of these. Let's go 10. Blue crystals. I'll carry 3 and drop off 3. Although I don't know why I'm being so careful, actually. I've got my loot set to appear in my inventory, or to follow me, so I don't need to be worrying about classification weapon. There we go. That's a mod. It causes bleeding damage when I use my weapon. I'll put this mod here too. Okay. Furnace. And then earth kiln. Alright, I need to put somebody on this. Who's got my best kiln proficiency? 30. 3. 9, 10, 11, 16, 10. Nobody. You guys hang out here. I'd take you with me, but whenever I try to kidnap somebody, you're always so good at killing them that Yeah, they do too much damage to the enemy. No more powder fertilizer. My corn needs bones. My cotton is being slow to... Wait, can I make the bone powder fertilizer? Okay, I need bone powder. Feces. I don't know where I get feces. Oh wait, no, I think I do know where I get feces. Outhouse. Okay. I gotta harvest these biological materials. We're not gonna be weird about it, despite the fact that our weapon master just loves the very idea of rolling around in this. Why am I so judgmental? Let's see. Right, like sauced meat, comfortable temperatures. Oh no, maybe she's gotten over it. Oh no. No, there it is. Being covered in feces. Oh, she likes the taste? No. No. Don't tell me that. Anyway, I'm going to these mysterious ruins. It's not optimal. Like, it would probably be better to go to, a barbarian barracks and pick and choose our people. But this is closer. Wait. Hunter. Skilled hunter. Let's see what your skills are. See if you're so skilled. I mean, they're hunting skills. I don't need hunting skills. I need kiln skills. Wait. Oh, okay. Skilled hunter. Recruit. Kiln. Aversion to cloth gear. No, I don't need you. Good luck on your future endeavors. Let's see, what's this other one doing? See, a level 4. Kiln, no, don't need you either. I know exactly who I need. I just worry that they're going to be way too fragile. One hit from my greatsword's going to take them out. also not 100% sure this person is going to have the skills I need. But it's in that wheelhouse. So basically, there are warrior types, and then there's like laborers, porters, and craftspeople. So let's see, what are the classes? I've seen warrior, guard, hunter, weapon master, laborer, porter, and craftsman. And as near as I can tell, what you want is like overwhelming majority of your people. See that outcast craftsman, that's who we need. So what we're gonna do is try and take out the warrior first. See, I killed the outcast craftsman in one hit. Alright. What we're gonna do is see if perhaps you as the guard. Wait, what's the danger? Oh, you skilled guard. Maybe a guard will be able to run a kiln. I think that's kind of what I'm hoping for. Kiln, nope. Terrible. I mean, it's not like there's some sort of terrible danger or anything. Oh no, what happens? My kiln is slightly less efficient. They can learn on the job. That being said, why compromise, you know? Okay. Fine. We're renaming you. Smelt. You're our smelter. Oh wait. No, you don't have any stats. Alright. Follow me. Back to base. See, I did it again. I think that I need a weaker weapon to recruit. No, the one that gets me, annoys the hell out of me every time, is, the scout encampments. If you've got a full crew with you at a scout encampment, there's at least a 50% chance that they'll kill the scout before you can read her mind. And it's like, what are we doing, guys? Stay on mission. But if you go to the scout encampments alone, you're outnumbered like 4 to 1, and it can get pretty hairy. Because the scouts tend to get clustered. Around their little campfire. You know what? It doesn't matter. We got a warm body to do it. This is an optimum. When we play the other file on the DLC, then we'll try to optimize at least a little bit more. As it is, I just need someone there stoking the fires. She'll get good at smelting in time, despite herself. We'll just have to give her so much smelting to do that she gains a ton of XP. Wait, where'd you go? Okay. See, let's look at her traits. Aversion to alpaca and llama. Will you just keep that yourself? Dislikes communal living. Oh. Weakened defense. Rapid food absorption. See, she gets no penalty to running a smelter. So she'll be fine. A glamorous new life. Instead of hanging out in ancient ruins, you get to run my furnace. Okay. Copper, tin, silver, gold. And I gotta go get some logs or something. Stacko logs. Oh, I forgot to assign her the job. Smelt. I'm going to assign you to this too, although I don't have anything with it yet. Take the outhouse. So why wouldn't we have it? This is something we want to collect. Toileting? No, look away. I'm so sorry. Okay. View items. Oh, okay, I just want number 1. Anyway, we'll come over here and the grinder, bone powder, sharp fangs, we got so many of those. Add to planned queue, and just maintain a stock of 300. And then bone product, maintain a stock of 100. Okay. So our corn is not growing very well. But pumpkins are growing great. Cotton is okay. 76 minutes, that's gonna take forever. No, it's not gonna take forever, it's gonna take 76 minutes. That is... Ooh, sauced meat. We could make some of that. Oh, we've got 818 cooked meat. Never mind. That's all we really need. We're just staving off hunger here. Dishes. Okay. Split. Okay, I got 3 stacks of that. Then I'll take roasted pumpkins for me. And I guess the locusts. Where are... Take that. And you take that. And you take that. There we go. Everybody's got nice food. Repair this great sword here. And then... Ooh, I should have given them all water. Which I will. Okay. There we go. Everybody's all topped off. Oh, let me get my arrows. Bone arrows. Wait, there's a weapon bench, right? Bone arrow. I don't want to use a parrot feather. Let's just add 10 to those. Oh, we're gonna sit here for a minute and a half. See, I don't mind doing this when I'm by myself. I find it relaxing. Gives me a chance to get some water. Think about life. We're really boned with these arrows. No, you can do other things too. You can go into the technology menu. Yeah. Let's see. Let's get bronze attack gear. Ooh, we could potentially ride a panther. Oh right, it's... We gotta deter some craftsmen to get these let's see, production base, exploration checkpoint. Collection yard, excavation pit, logging yard. Oh, I need windmill power. Alright, then let's fix this while we're at it. Okay. I think we got everything we need. Let's look at our... I'll see, we can increase body enhancement. When repaired, activates the new body enhance module. Max 50 hit points, 5 agility, 5 attack. There we go. We used some of our blue crystals for that. Yeah, see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're definitely getting that lore in reverse order. Okay, we can now have 53 people in our group. Memory unit fighting. I don't know if I need that. And crafting speed. I don't know if I need that either. Let's hold off on both of those. But I will repair my equipment here. I'm doing everything to delay going back, which is weird because I want to go back. I'm just... I know it'll take time. Time I don't necessarily have. What am I talking about? I've got plenty of time. I mean, not relativistic time or anything, but... Okay. So, what I want to do is I need tin, and I want to activate that mysterious portal. So let me grab my green crystals. And I'll take these blue crystals too. No telling what they might be necessary for. Also, we'll gather more crystals on our way out. We'll hop from ruin to ruin. Right? That'll be fun. It'll make the time seem to go faster. Break the trip down into a series of smaller trips. So that it doesn't feel like we're trying to do everything all at once. Of course, we're going right back to the ruins we're just at, but I have a feeling that enough time has passed that the treasure will be back. And maybe we'll get, oh no, I don't need to kidnap a craftsperson. I was gonna say, get another chance at kidnapping a crafter, but honestly, I don't even think that's what I want. Well, that reminds me, I got stats. My greatsword proficiency. I think we gotta go straight damage just because the greatsword does so much damage. Also got a new skill. We'll try that out. I don't know, I like the dash. Helps me cover ground quickly. I worry that I might be coming down with another cold. That was annoying. The last cold I had lasted forever. And you know, this one came out of nowhere. I don't know, I don't feel bad, I just have a cough. Okay. So the enemies are definitely going to be back. Now the question is whether or not the chests will be. Looks like it. Hey guys. Oh. That's what's known as a close call. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Take a leather rope. Corn seed. Trying to be more selective with what I pick. So that I don't wind up with a full inventory by the time I get to the place I want to go. Oh no. So then from here, our next destination, 400 meters. Just a lovely hike through the woods. Oh. I'm hoping that by the time we get back, we'll have Smelt will have done her job. Of course, I didn't actually put in an order for any bronze, just the precursors. Copper and tin. So we'll need another trip out. Just to give her time to get her smelting done. Because we need a lot. We need like 100 each, and then another 200 for the infrastructure to build the things out of bronze that we want. No. Alright. Then from here, we want here. Although, there's a big rock in our way. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. What we really need is a portal at our base. It's possible, but expensive. Although once we get a portal at our base, things open up for us considerably. We don't have to go on huge treks. We just have to go from portal to portal. I'll miss these little walks. Look how beautiful the sunset is over the jungle. A serene jungle lake. Guys, just take this moment. You'll watch the sun go down. Alright, that's enough. Actually, the nice part about this is that this was a human design. Like, somebody thought of this. They created that moment just for us. And for the other people playing the game, of course. But, you know, sharing something special. Oh, this is the one with the baby alpaca at the... Oh, you guys have too much culture. I don't want to kill you. But you've got too much treasure, so I can't let you live. Look, I'm not proud of the colonialist subtext in my gameplay, but I've made peace with it. Right? Like, I'm literally building a society that extracts resources from nature. And, I mean, it's also very clear that me and my crew are indigenous to this area, so it's not like I'm coming in from out of town and being colonialist. This is probably part of a long tradition of intertribal raiding that has been going on for who knows how long, since the death of Elon Musk 5 years ago. I'm sorry, guys. He's the one who's gonna make it. World's first immortalism among us. He's a trillionaire and he's gonna live forever. And I don't know where I'm going with this. Some sort of pessimism. But you think the world operates according to a moral logic? The guy has lived a life where he's constantly rewarded, and why would that stop just because a meteor hit the Earth? Of course, there's no cosmic force that's giving him a charmed life, so maybe one day he'll roll the dice and come up snake eyes. I think that's just basically the hope for humanity in general. What do they say? Death is a blessing because even tyrants die. Nothing lasts forever. But Elon Musk has survived however many thousands of years it's taken for humanity to get to this point. That's my theory, is that he was the high priest being referenced in the lore. That's why Pepe is so racist. Like, I don't know. I don't think I'm hating him in the right way, but if I was praising him, I'd be doing an even worse job at it. Alright, let me pause. I gotta check my texts. Oh wait, I gotta pause the recording too. Okay, I'm back. So for those of you who are just joining us and decided to do the perverted act of joining a Let's Play series in the middle of episode 5, or 6, I should say. I should tell you that we're not dragging on Elon Musk for no reason. Like, I'm not just picking on the world's richest man. You know, how would that be a fair fight? He's the world's richest man, and I make minimum wage. In any battle of being cool, I have an immense advantage. You know, it's cool to be poor, it's lame to be rich. Oh no, I don't like using the word lame. It is cringe to be rich. And that may seem backwards to some of you. It's like, oh, cope more, John. But it's true. Because ultimately, poverty, like the depressing kind of poverty is not cool. Nobody likes that. But the essential values of what make a human being cool are not aided by wealth. Right? Like self-sufficiency, problem solving, generosity, not taking yourself too seriously, lifting other people up, which, you know, may seem like a subset of generosity, but it's not. It's solidarity. Like, those are all things that if you're rich... Oh, check footprint. Jaguar. Oh no. I'm detecting a pregnant jaguar. I'm not gonna kidnap a jaguar though. Okay, wait, I gotta pause again. Okay, what was we talking about? Oh yeah, how it's cringe to be rich. Like, it's not intrinsically, I don't think. I just think that, the incentives you get for being rich are so bad that they destroy your capacity for coolness. Yeah. Like it's hard to be generous if you're rich, which may seem like a paradox, but it's not. Because ultimately, we judge the act of generosity on like how supererogatory it is, how much is given up to help another person. And if you're Elon Musk level wealthy, giving up enough to, you know, be cool is virtually impossible. Or at least it's virtually impossible while also being greedy enough to have Elon Musk money. Like, if I loaned you $1,000, or even just gave it to you, no strings attached, you'd be like, oh wow, John, this is half your savings. Why would you do this? And I'd say, oh, you know, we're amigos. I'm using you in an abstract sense. I don't know if the people listening to this would be my amigo in real life. Like, it's possible that if we met, we wouldn't like each other. Or at the very least, it would take a certain amount of relationship building before we got to a point where I would just give you money, no strings attached. But the point is that if I did, you'd be humbled by my generosity. But if Elon Musk gave you $1,000, it's like, Elon, thanks, but why would you think that I want the lint out of your pockets? Right, like it's a life-changing amount of money for some people. If you need $1,000, you need $1,000, but you just know that Elon isn't. Like, he would never think to give you $1,000, because for a guy like him, $1,000 is insignificant. Like, if you need $1,000, you are subhuman to him. And that's not cool. But I think that it's hard to avoid if you're in that situation. Like, not to sympathize with Elon or anything, but if you gave up enough money for it to actually impact your life, like, who even needs that much money? And I think, like, no one needs the amount of money that Elon Musk would have to give away to be cool. And when you realize that, you also realize that he doesn't need it either. Right? Like, the sheer enormity of his greed becomes apparent when you contemplate exactly what it would take for him to seem like he was sacrificing. But, you know, one of the advantages of being rich is that you got sycophants who are willing to judge these in absolute rather than relative terms. Like, what are you talking about? Elon can't give enough money away to seem cool. He gave me $500. And $500 is a lot of money. But also, you live like that and you get to a point where giving away any amount of money seems unthinkable. Right? Because getting money is your entire life. And so, why would you give away your life? Why can't people have their own lives? Right? Like, and so, like, a lack of generosity starts to seem noble to you almost. That's what he did with the US aid. Like, he's a racist and he wants Africans to die, no doubt. But I think even beyond that, the thought of giving money to someone who needs it instead of giving money to someone who doesn't need it must repulse him. Like, only people who don't need money deserve money, because having money is a sign that you're living correctly. And so it's easy to hate a guy like that, and it's probably deserved. But if you think about it, like, if you think about his near $1 trillion, and you realize that that's what he thinks he needs to have a fundamental moral worth. And there's no coming back from that. That's as cringe as it gets. You don't earn your right to exist. And that's something cool people know instinctively. Which is why being poor is such an advantage when it comes to being cool. because you're not tempted to think that your existence is predicated on how much you have. Because if it was, you'd be worthless. And there are poor people who beat themselves up over things like this. Not to imply that all poor people are cool. But, you know, it's an advantage. You're more likely to get it. So anyway, I'm not picking on Elon Musk because he's cringe. The reason that I keep saying that this is Elon Musk's Mars is because our AI's original name was X. And he loves to name things X. And the reason I'm saying that the AI is racist is because it keeps making racist comments towards us. Like that's not a mystery. Okay. Wait, I want to go to this one, River Valley Portal. Oh. I gotta keep using these energy cubes. Alright, River Valley Portal. Teleport. Okay, everybody's all good? Wait. Why is your health down? Oh god, you used 30 of the bandages I've given you already? Okay. Have 20 more. Okay, you're good. Well, I think Hunter might be a weak link on this team. Maybe I ought to find a new weapon master, a new warrior. See. Speaking of being uncool, look at the way I just objectified my team. You exist purely to do things for me. Right? Like, I've evaluated you based on your function and not your humanity. And in this situation, it's okay, because they're just characters in a video game that, you know? Like, if I said that to a person, that would be the height of uncool. Okay. And like, I don't know. I think that that's another temptation of wealth. If you're constantly buying and selling the services of people, maybe they become those services to you. Right, like, so, like, I think the rich think that we're worthless because like, they've tied so much of their own worth into having money that if we could be worth something, then what is it all for? get up every day and you choose violence. But to what end? What are you hoping to gain? And it's not as simple as stuff. And I don't want to give the impression that I'm an ascetic or something. Like, I love stuff. I've got a bunch of stuff. You know, I'm all about having stuff. Okay, wait. Ancient ruins, ancient ruins. Ancient ruins. Oh no. I think this is as close as I can get. Then I'm gonna have to come back solo. No. Well, at least I cheated my death package into existence. Well, I was giving the hunter such a hard time. But I'm in the same situation. Although, I'd have been better off if I'd used my... Okay. So what I need to do is I need to head actually this way. Teleport there. That'll be faster. I think what everybody's... So yeah, like I said, I love stuff. I'm all about material possessions. So I don't want you to think that I'm coming to this conclusion about the rich because I think they'd be happier with spiritual fulfillment or anything like that. I mean, maybe they might be, but that's not my place. I'm the last person in the world who's going to tell anyone that they should be spiritually fulfilled. What I will say, though, is that you can tell that their stuff isn't making them happy, because if it was, they would have stuff and not money. Right, like I would consider myself vaguely leftist, but if all it took to make the capitalists happy was super yachts, I'd say just give them a super yacht. Like, in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to the total productive power of the proletariat, a super yacht is nothing. Right? Like, we workers, we could churn that out. Well, I say we workers. I work at a hotel. It's barely a job. It's stressful like a job sometimes, but it's not that bad. No, but even so, right? Like the total productive power of the working class is so great that if all it took to make the rich happy were luxuries, then we could give them luxuries and still have plenty for everyone to have a decent life. And we know this because, we can count. But that's not enough. There's like this quantitative element to it where you can't even have the stuff. You've got to have more money. And the money is purely abstract. It doesn't relate to anything in your life. It's just a number on a sheet. It's just a score. And right, like, and you gotta wonder why, if it's just a score, does it drive them so intently? And the only possible answer to that is that there's something figurative at work, something symbolic. That I should wait till it breaks, because this one's got a modifier that adds bleed. And that's got to be useful tactically. Right, like, for them it's not about stuff, it's about meaning. And so the money becomes a proxy for meaning. Right, so you've always got to have more, because you can never be too... You can never be too suffused with purpose. Right, like, oh no, my life is too meaningful. I get out of bed every day, and I've got too much to live for. And, like, obviously that's a trap. Like, but, well, it's easy to say something's obvious from the outside, you know? So it's like, what do I think should be done? I don't know. Like, that's why I say vaguely leftist. I don't have a plan. Leftists have plans. Karl Marx had the entire history of humanity figured out in advance. Spoiler alert, you know. Oh, this guy's got a bunch of bronze gear. Okay, I'm gonna take his ring and his necklace. maybe I'll just take it all. Wait, where's the shirt? Oh, he didn't have a shirt or pants. No. Alright. We're just wearing beast stuff, but who did I give the gauntlet to? Okay. There, use that. They're not, spoiler alert, they're not going to use it. Here, wear these bronze shoes. Okay. Okay, we got 2 chests over here. Oh, and a tablet. Let's go over to this tablet, read what it has to say. We need more. We must build more pathways to the heavens. The gods will come again. Oh. I gotta back up and switch to my other greatsword. Guys, do you mind? Oh. I guess they did mind. Alright. We're at it again. And after I looted that gear too. Just that brief little distraction was enough to throw me off my game entirely. Because, well, that's just one of my basic limitations as a gamer, is that I'm not always able to game very well. Yeah, that's right. One of my limitations as a gamer is that I'm not able to game very well. I'm willing to own up about that. I'm willing to accept your judgment. So, I don't know, what am I talking about? Dragging on rich people. Like, I guess I'm a pragmatist in that regard. Like, you know, just figure out what needs to be done and then do it, which is kind of vague as a political ideology, but that's why I say I'm only vaguely leftist and not leftist. Now, I don't know. Like I said about Karl Marx, is he was under the impression that he had all of history figured out. And he was a perceptive guy, but I don't think history is as linear as he thought it was. Right? Like, I don't think that it's uh, a dialogue, a dialectic. Oh, I called it a dialogue when it was actually a dialectic. I'm sorry, philosophers. That important terminological distinction. Now, right, like he emerged from a real modernist school of thought that historical progress was a conflict between ideas, and the changing ideas of every age were the result of a dialogue between competing options. Except Marx's innovation was that he was a dialectical materialist, which means that he didn't think it was ideas in conflict. He thought it was people, specifically classes of people, defined by relationship to modes of production. Right, like, oh, I'll take that. I gotta swap out my good clothes for my shitty clothes, but they've got higher armor values, so maybe I won't die as quickly. Oh. So, when we talk about bronze, like that was just slapped together. I guess that's why it's worn bronze instead of bronze. We'll get our real bronze the hard way by earning it. Okay, hey guys. Look, sorry about checking out on you. There. We're in a dungeon. Think about how cool it is that we'd be in a place like this. Alright. Coal ore. Oh no. I'm full up on goods again. Carry that. Yeah, I'm never gonna remember who has what. Big bronze arrow. Why is it so big? Oh right, I wanted to grab that. That's gonna be useful for a tool later. We're gonna put that on our bronze pickaxe so that it lasts longer. So yeah, right, like dialectical materialism, a conflict between social classes or economic classes in the production of goods and services for the economy. Um, you know, the difference between owning a business and working there. And so, in dialectics, the idea was that every age has an idea, a ruling ideas known as its thesis, and then the opposite, or ideas that contradicted that, are known as the antithesis. And these contradictions would sort of drive human activity. You know, people in support of the thesis, people opposed to the thesis. They would come into conflict, and through the resolution of these conflicts, new ideas would emerge, the synthesis between these apparent contradictions. And so, you know, history was a progress towards, I guess, knowledge, or perhaps if not knowledge, then at least wisdom. Ooh, I need to borrow a shirt again. Who did I give my shirt to? Okay. And so, yeah, ideas. Like, people are constantly having new ideas, and those ideas come into conflict. But dialectical materialism is that the idea that it's actually stuff that people are fighting over, not purely ideology, or at least that the ideological is the material. Like, the stakes of the fight are the stuff, is the stuff that people get to have. And so, you know, owning a business versus working at a business, and you know, capitalism has the idea that if you own something, you should be able to control it. But it also has the idea that if you work to do something, you have a stake in it as well. That's a contradiction. And so the contradiction is resolved through class conflict. And these are the drivers of history, that as classes conflict with each other, the way human beings relate to their productive capacity changes. And so old classes go away and new classes emerge based on innovations in the way that people make things. And And when I say the way people make things, I don't necessarily mean like technology, although technology is part of it. But it's like earning a wage is not inevitable. You could compensate people in other ways. Like the feudal system, the peasants didn't earn wages. They directly worked the land, and then the nobles taxed them, right? And so the peasants' way of relating to what they had was, they started with it all until it was taken from them via taxes. And, not to get all libertarian on you, but it can sometimes be hard to distinguish taxation from theft. And so a world in which the upper class was knowingly, unashamedly sustaining itself off of something that was aesthetically theft, was not a world that can endure. You got the Christian religion teaching thou shalt not steal, and then you've got nobles taxing the hell out of people based on nothing but their power to do so. And at the end of the day, Marx believed that those sorts of contradictions would be unbearable to a society, and that eventually they'd have to be resolved. And the way they'd be resolved is, well, like historically, the way it was resolved in feudalism was that the nobles were overturned and the peasants became workers, working for wages instead of directly paying their taxes to a liege lord. And the liege lords, instead of getting their money via taxes, would get their money via dividends on commodity production. This was seen as fair, and it was seen as fair even by Marx. Like, he believed that history progressed. Right, like capitalism is a progressive improvement on feudalism. And so the idea would be that over time with capitalism, people would be able to tell like the contradictions of the system. Right, like it's not secret who does the majority of the work in society. And the essential contradiction where it's sort of undeniable that the people earning the wages are the ones who are creating value, and the people who are paying the wages are not. And more specifically, that people who earn wages are being paid with the revenue that they create for where they live, or for not where they live, for where they work, right? Like, you're paying them with the money that they made by working at the place that's paying them. And the idea is that over time that would become as unbearable a hypocrisy as the feudal lords taxing the peasants. You know? And I don't know, there's an optimism to that. That is admittedly intoxicating, but I don't think that's how reality works. I think that it's not a dialectic. I think shit happens, and we try to make sense of it after the fact. Right, like the thing I always say is that the pharaohs ruled for 3,000 years. And so the Marxist perspective on that would be just that progress is accelerating over time. But I think that people can and do find stable equilibriums with oppression. And in fact, finding a stable equilibrium with the system that you were born into is sort of the essential human political activity. And so progress isn't guaranteed. You have to fight for it. But because you have to fight for it, it's not necessarily clear what progress would even look like. Right? The advantage of Marx's perspective on the matter is that it's always sort of obvious what to do next. We found traces of the gods and discovered countless artifacts. Perhaps this is a blessing from the gods. Behold its magnificence. Oh. Okay. Then we want to go to the ancient tablet next. Gotta get all the treasure from this place before we fight the boss. Because treasure is what it's all about. Wait, what's in this side door? More treasure. Not the treasure we came for, but the treasure we deserve. No, like said, from a Marxist perspective, it's always obvious what has to happen next, which is that the productive class goes to war with the ownership class. Oh, wielder of the element torch. The chosen Skemian. Okay, database. Oh. The great agricultural god, god of rebirth, healer of diseases, wielder of the elemental torch mask, bringer of seasons, master of plague, both plague and life, Sekmikon is his name. He cured the madness that plagued the people, earning divine recognition and immortality. He discovered agriculture, allowing crops to take root so the tribe would never go hungry again. Protected by the god, no blade could harm him. He led his people from the wastelands to the hills, forging a holy alliance and a path of coexistence for the two tribes. Great Sekmikon, during the cataclysm, he remained faithful to the true God. Among all the other gods, he is the most compassionate towards his suffering people. Now his soul has returned to the god, but his body is buried among his people. Oh. So, we're gonna grave rob Sekmikon, is what I'm getting out of this. So we want the ancient tablet, the last of the rare treasures. Although I have a feeling the ancient tablet is going to be behind the boss. Oh, which reminds me. Gotta use these corrosion tanks. They apparently reduce the defense of metallic enemies. Although these guys are soft enough that I'm not worried about it. Wait. Oh, we took a wrong turn somewhere. Oh wait, I think the ancient tablet was something we already found. And that I'm meant to look for the divine tablet next. We'll see. Luckily we seem to be in an area where the enemies stay cleared out. Where the hell is this leading me? Okay, I was wrong about the ancient tablet. This is like way back. Oh, this is the ancient tablet. We found that accidentally. Okay. Divine tablet. Ooh, I think this chest is regenerated. Which is a mixed blessing. Like, now I'm worried that the enemies will come back. That being said, I'm not too proud to cheese my way through here and get a second bite at the apple regarding these chests. Like, who am I? Okay. We're gonna be so loaded down with loot when we get out of here. Alright. Although, we're not getting any crystals. That's what we really need. High-end crystals. Okay, guys. Wait, Hunter... No, for some reason you're not using your bandages. That's okay. I'm not the bandage police. But what was I talking about? Like stable equilibriums with oppression. Which sounds really pessimistic, and I didn't mean to bum everybody out. Like, you know, it's more of a situation where, because I believe that the stable equilibrium with oppression is sort of the baseline of human political activity, also means that we don't have to work towards like an ideal. Like, we don't have to come up with a system that resolves the thesis and the antithesis. We can just do stuff. Right? Like, we can address our problems directly. Oh, okay. It's through the boss is through the big door, guys. Oh, I've drawn the aggro. These machines have infinite stamina. Oh. I'm dying over here. See, keeps telling me that corrosive is useful, but I don't know, it doesn't seem that strong. Okay. See? Alright, we've got 2 chests over here. Oh, Pepe's saying there are different types of AI agents. The gap between it and me is probably the gap between... Oh. Okay. Wait. Let's go into the database. I'm sick of having Pepe's clunky, brute, weightless AI agent. Yes, it counts as an AI agent. Surprising, isn't it? There are different types of AI agents. The gap between it and me is probably larger than the gap between you and an alpaca. See what I was saying about Pepe being racist? Well, we should find a way to the treasure chamber. It's moments like these where spatial analysis truly proves its worth. Well, I mean... Premium Sharp Horn. Weapon and Durability Mod 2. Okay. I'll have to dump some stuff off on an unsuspecting pack mule. But not yet. Okay. So, wait. Hunter 1. Earn your keep here by carrying this stuff. Let's see. What else do I want you to carry? All that fresh meat. Portal Part 3. Alright. I'll take that. And that. And whatever's in here. Ooh, green crystals. Oh. Well. Okay. And then a golden holy relic. Ooh. Torch of Eternity. A new mask. Each mask comes with unique skill modules to help you tackle different scenarios. To me, a new mask means new data space. I've recently discovered the contents recorded on many... Okay, we're just gonna have to... Database. There we go. I need more data space for my calculations. I've picked up a signal from an active standard issue mask. Remember the masked plunderers the other barbarians talked about? You know, you could just use the word human, Pepe. Pepe. Not Pepe. You're not. They've learned how to use the masks to hide their tracks. This time you'll have to track them down yourself. There's a new signal not far from here. Judging by the signal type, it doesn't seem to be particularly critical equipment. In other words, I'll mark it for you, but I won't put it on your schedule. Still, I recommend checking it out. Okay. Let's see. Now we need the exit. Oh wait, what's through here? Yeah, see this feels like an exit to me. But it's not. Unless I drop down. I don't want to drop down. See, look, I took a huge chunk of damage from dropping down. Now I gotta hide. While I regenerate. Okay. Let's see. This is excruciating. Oh shit. Where's my other... Okay, come on down, guy. We need all the help we can get. Oh, this plunderer elite is huge. Rescue. See, they're capable of jumping down, but they don't always do it. Okay, not gonna worry about that, but I am gonna plunder this plunderer elite because they always have such good stuff. In fact, oh. Let's see, I got a superior bandage here. 2% plus 40. 1% plus 20. Okay. I'm going to use that. Because I hate waiting around. Okay. There we go. I can put on the warm bronze material again. Although, when we get back, I gotta just use regular bronze. Like... Okay. Crude salt. Oh, there's a hunting squad. Yeah, see, we're doing pretty well as a team. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say we're nailing it, but... maybe I would go that far. You have no idea how far I'd go. Here, take this bronze blade. So I can take this bronze spear. I can give the bronze spear to this lady. There. Just use a bunch of junk, guys. That's okay. man, we're gonna make it out, but not before drowning the world in blood. Oh, I'm being so poetic today. He's like specifically targeting me. Oh. That's annoying. Because now I gotta make it all the way back. Also, I've got to set up a production line for better bandages. These simple bandages are not cutting it. It's 400 hit points across 20 seconds, but the amount of damage we're taking and the amount of hit points that I've got, I gotta use 3 of these things just to get mostly all the way up. Alright. We almost made it out, and then I screwed it up at the last minute. We're just gonna go to the teleporter and then teleport it back. Oh, wait, draw my sword. I've been terrorized by things a lot more powerful than you. Hold on. Okay, I had to check the time. We are getting late. This is a long episode. Oh. Prepare your offerings. Summon and defeat the saber-toothed predator. Oh no. Head to the ancient ruin remains and in the rainforest and defeat a plunderer leader to get a new mask. Okay. Where is the map marker for this? Okay, 2.6 kilometers in this direction. Oh. Huh. That's interesting. I wonder what that means. Like, why is it there? Should I go for 3.5 hours? I don't know. Such a waste of time. But I'll admit I'm feeling a little addicted. Like, a little invested in what's going on. Which I guess is what you want, right? Like, it'd be pretty weird if I didn't care. Hold on. I know there's a crew of murderous hotties here. I gotta end the deployment and then reinstate it. Oh god. What can I afford to lose? Oh, I want their weapons. Save me a ton of bronze. Single blade master. Okay. Hold up. Alright, we're good. We've got everything we need. And then we're out. We survived the dungeon. Everybody give yourself a round of applause there. Okay. Now, from here we gotta get back to base. But I think we gotta teleport closer. We could teleport directly to the next mission, but I don't want to do that because I gotta drop off the loot. So we're teleporting to the rainforest portal. That's closest. Now I'm hoping that with these portal pieces we've gathered, I'll be able to build a portal at the base. Which case, we'll be zipping around like nobody's business. Oh, we're at top of a cliff though. I think I remember this. Where I had to go away from my destination in order to dogleg around and start heading towards it. They built the teleporter on top of a hill. Which is basically just the most inconvenient place for it. The duality of the human condition. You build a teleporter, but you build it next to a cliff. I think ultimately It saves time. But not as much as you might think. Not as much as you might hope. Like if I'm teleporting somewhere, I want to step right off onto a local train. Or like be at my destination. I don't know why I'm imagining a world where teleporters are connected by trains. Maybe the teleporters are much more expensive than trains. So it's only worth it over a certain amount of distance. Like, you want to go from London to Tokyo, you teleport. But if you want to go from Big Ben to Buckingham Palace, teleporting would be immensely wasteful. That's what destroyed the Earth. Elon Musk teleporting everywhere. He could have gotten a taxi, but he preferred to teleport because it's the most luxurious way to travel. Oh, I fell down a cliff and now my people aren't following me. Guys, this is barely a cliff. Okay, now that was pretty cliff-like. Can you guys get up from there? Reset location. Okay. Oh, but now I gotta do the thing where I... Okay. So no cliff. Actually, I don't even know why I went down that way. Oh, I think I accidentally started going towards my map marker instead of my base. Let's just go ahead and remove that. Delete. Okay. No need to confuse myself. Life is confusing enough already. Oh, we're still a kilometer away. Elon Musk's teleporter doesn't seem so bad now. No, that's literally what we were just talking about. Trips of a kilometer. Not being economical. But clearly you want to go many hundreds of or thousands of kilometers at a go. Because the break-even point for rail travel is larger than a typical city. Teleporters are very popular in Lagos, Nigeria. Now, I don't know if that's actually a big city geographically, or if it just has a lot of people. I mean, either way. No, wait, I said either way, but I didn't mean anything by it. It was a completely nonsense statement on my part. I was talking about two things, and I said, whatever. But I mean, the whole point of why I even brought it up is that they're not equivalent. If Lagos, Nigeria is populated but compact, then teleporters would be uneconomical. But if the reason it's got such a big population is because people are spread out, urban sprawl, then maybe teleportation is a transport solution that works for them. I mean, what are the numbers? Those fucking fat cats teleporting everywhere, even when the economics doesn't work out, because they're afraid to rub shoulders with the hoi polloi. Like, they'd never get on a public train. They'd prefer to just teleport. Skip any even the possibility of accidentally seeing a poor person. Man, those people I just made up are pieces of shit, aren't they? I mean, yeah, it's completely hypothetical individual, the teleport snob. With that being said, it's a familiar type, right? Like, this desire to avoid contact with the public. I mean, the teleporter is the extreme version of that. But it's the guiding philosophy behind the Hyperloop. That instead of having a train, everybody could be in their own car in a train-like environment. And I think that appeals to you if you're antisocial and have a lot of money. And so, teleporting, I imagine, would constitute a similar niche economically. Like, it's useful for long distance travel and rich weirdos. Well, we'll see. I really want to build a teleporter. I mean, I'm talking shit about him, but it is the best way to travel. I don't know. You miss the the journey, if you teleport. Like, I like seeing the waterfalls and the trees and the land bridges and things like that. If we could just teleport to wherever we wanted to go, we wouldn't have that opportunity. Although, it seems like one of the intrinsic limitations of teleportation is that you've got to get there regularly first. So you can't just skip everything. You've got to at the very least make an effort to... Ooh, we got a lot of green crystals. Okay. I'll take that, 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 that. And you, I'll take that, that. Oh wait, you can have the steak and the water. Oh, I gotta check her. Yeah, I need that too. Okay. Ooh, I am loaded down like you wouldn't believe. Okay. What have I got? Oh, just a ton of weapons and armor. Alright. Let's take a look at our smelting process. Yeah, okay. F, 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 F. Alright, smelt, get on it. Now we are approaching the very limits of what I know how to do in this game. But I believe that we've got to set this up. Only one clone and its original can exist at the same time. Otherwise, things get messy. Oh, okay. You know, surprisingly, this is a matter I trust Pepe on. Like, I don't consider him a great source, but Torch of Eternity. Its fan-shaped headwear is imbued with a strong sense of ritual. The mysterious gem seems to travel through time and space, witnessing the rise and fall of a mysterious ancient tribe. Food and water consumption down. Ooh, immediately enters feigned death status to stop. Okay. Life maintenance. High energy crystal. Okay. I actually really like this. See, I don't understand a lot of this. Tribesman. See, I don't have enough mask energy or an empty data storage ring. Okay, I need stone bricks for the portal. But I've got all the other materials. Oh. Can I get stone bricks? Advanced building. I can get it in 2 levels. Oh god. We're so close. We're 2 levels away from having a portal on site. Oh man. I am peeved. Because I want that portal instead of having to travel all the way over land to get there. But I don't see how I get 2 levels just hanging around here. So it's our next trip out that gets us the portals. Okay. We find these bronze weapons. Okay. Oh wait, this is the wrong bench. That's the craftsman. Armor forging. Weapon. Repair table. There we go. Oh, and then we want to increase that input. Where's our best smith? Oh, we have no good smith. Carpenter on it. But we'll see. Okay, we don't have the bronze to repair these bronze weapons yet. We do have those. Okay. What am I looking for? Food. Alright, so next time we are going to head north to discover what this bandit's all about. But until then, this has been another episode of Completely Normal Gaming, and I hope that you have a lovely week. Oh, sorry, I'm having trouble pressing the button.